Loser Donald has this to say about why Hillary Clinton should be disqualified based on her look. Let's watch.
You've often talked about Hillary Clinton's stamina.
Right.
You've even said she doesn't look presidential.
I really do believe that.
Well,
yes.
what do you mean by that?
Well, I just don't think she has a presidential look. And you need a presidential look. You have to get the job done. I think if she went to Mexico, she would have had a total failure. We had a big success.
But when you talk about her not looking presidential, are you talking about aesthetics here?
I'm talking about general. Hey, by the way, she says things about me that are horrible.
Okay, so he's saying horrible things, she's saying horrible things. That's just that's a symptom of the fact that we're in a shitty general election right now. But he's concerned with look, and she doesn't have the presidential look, which is fine. Let's consider it. Now, he has offered up some examples of what a presidential look might look like. So let's go to this first picture there. Perhaps you can look presidential doing this. Mocking a reporter for being disabled, perhaps. That's a good presidential look. Or what if you were to look presidential with like the symbols of America, like this? Oh no, you're being rejected by a bald eagle. It's literally trying to kill you. If it could kill you, it would, because you don't look presidential. And then this next one, perhaps just, you know, like about town. The Playboy president, perhaps. This is stupid, obviously.
This is insane.
And we're engaging in what he wants.
Isn't it kind of funny that a man whose face looks like a sphincter has the audacity to say that Hillary Clinton doesn't have a presidential look?
Yeah.
By the way,
what does
why
that even mean?
why are we even having a conversation about looks? Again, we have moved so far past discussing real policy ideas that now we're having conversations and covering freaking news stories about people's looks. Donald Trump is literally the ugliest man I've ever seen in my life, okay? Looking at his face makes me uncomfortable. Oh, fuck, Roger Ailes. All right,
he doesn't have a presidential look.
They're on par. They're on par.
Right.
But I don't care. I don't care if Hillary Clinton is the most beautiful woman, the most unattractive woman. All of that stuff is irrelevant to me. Same with Donald Trump. What I care about and what American voters should care about is whether or not these politicians are going to serve their best interests. Now, right now, we have two candidates that will not serve our best interests, right? And part of the reason why is because Americans are sheep that buy into these ridiculous news stories. And part of the reason why they're sheep is because we have the mainstream media covering stupid-ass stories like this. And by the way, David Muir has the best hair. He is very good looking.
I was with you up until the end there. He does have nice hair. He looks presidential, actually. And the thing, I think that there is a little bit more substance to this because I do think he's saying look, and he probably means physical look. But let's say he means, because he referenced she said horrible things.
Yeah.
So here's the problem with modern elections in the age of social media, is that everybody, to get followers and to have their message be spread, needs to be snarky and kind of a dick online. So Trump obviously is the best at that. But Hillary Clinton's got plenty of snarky, kind of dickish tweets that go out. The only people who didn't, I haven't seen Gary Johnson do anything like that, partially because I don't follow him on Twitter. And Bernie Sanders, all of his tweets are basically the same thing. I want to live in a country where the needs of the many are what we push for or whatever. That's what we need. You almost can't be presidential anymore because people reward non-presidential behavior.
Do you think there's ever going to do you think there is ever going to be a point where posting those types of things on social media will be frowned upon and candidates will be discouraged from doing so? Because I agree with you. I mean, the type of snarkiness that you see on Twitter right now among, you know, the presidential candidates and also congressional candidates in some cases, like, disgusts me.
Yeah.
Right?
Including from me, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because when you simply state something factual,
it
doesn't
do well. It doesn't do well on Twitter, right? But
Yeah.
who cares if it does well on Twitter or not? Okay, Twitter is not the end-all be-all of someone's credibility or legitimacy. I just think it's crazy that we're having a discussion about their looks right now. I mean, I get it. We've poked fun at the way Donald Trump looks, but how could you not? If you thought I was fiery in this video, wait till you see how I get in the post-game show. Become a member and watch our members-only post-game show at tytnetwork.com/join.